Welcome back to the Hydroponics Daily. Today's topic is a controversial one. It is the use of growth regulators in hydroponics. Now, growth regulators are used in hydroponics to limit the height at which a crop grows. Now, indoors, you struggle with crops that grow very tall, especially in the UK, because grow rooms are normally 2 meters tall maximum. You might want to put a fan and a filter above the light. And if the crop gets too close to the light, it burns, it ruins the crop, and it becomes unharvestable and unsellable. So growth regulators are sometimes used. Now, they are normally an inhibitor of the hormone, the natural plant hormone, gibberellin. Gibberellin is a hormone that increases plant height by increasing cell elongation and stem length. It's a very important hormone, and you can inhibit it with a number of synthetic chemicals. These either stop gibberellins being synthesized or they prevent the plant from detecting gibberellins. So there's a whole range of different chemicals that can be used, and they limit stretch, as it's called in the industry. However, these chemicals are not authorized for use on most of the crops that they are used on. They're sold under a different brand name, and because they're not authorized, they're not tested. They've not gone through the rigorous authorization that's required for growth regulators, and they have potential health risks. So some growth regulators are banned in the EU, and like certain ones that are used on grapes that can cause limb deformities in humans, because these chemicals are working on hormones. Some of the hormones are similar to the hormones in humans. And you think about something that's affecting stems and limbs in plants can affect limbs in humans. So there's a potential health risk. And a lot of table grapes are banned that come in from India and that had too higher levels of growth regulators. Other health risks around some of these compounds are carcinogenic or potentially carcinogenic. And so I wouldn't put them on any crop that I would be using. I've used them before. I've used them on rhododendron. Really good at improving the flowering of rhododendron, and they are authorized, or they were when I was using them, for increasing flowering on rhododendron. You don't eat a rhododendron though, it's an ornamental plant. Compounds like paclobutrazol, you'll hear this, or its trade name bonsai. You spray it on, loads of flowers. Now when you plant that, you go to the garden centre, you see a plant with loads of flowers on, you think, brilliant, what a wonderful plant, it's going to look like that when I plant it in my garden. You plant it, you bed it in, you water it, you feed it, and it just stays there, because these compounds don't break down for years, if not decades. And so you've got a stunted plant that's no longer got those flowers on, and it takes years for that compound for the plant to grow away from the compound and dilute it down. So there's issues there even with ornamental plants. And there's issues with crop quality as well. So a lot of people say they can see the difference in crops that have been grown with growth regulators. It's not as good. They don't have the right shape and form and smell and taste and features that you're looking for in a crop. So growth regulators, if you can avoid them, always avoid using them. Some additives you'll find in certain grow shops will contain growth regulators, and they definitely won't say that they're in them, but the grow shop will know what they are, and they'll often have a funky name. There's no growth regulators come anywhere near gold leaf or liquid gold. We would never use them. There's other ways to control plant height without using growth regulators, and we'll go into some of those, some really interesting ways of controlling plant height without minimizing yield and affecting crop quality as well. So we're going to focus on things like partial root zone drying, regulated deficit irrigation, and other ways, beneficial microbes and things like this can help prevent stretch. So growth regulators, always avoid them. That's been Hydroponics Daily. If you've got a differing opinion on growth regulators, comment below, and I'll probably ignore you because I'm not going to use them, and I'm not going to tell people to stop using them. So let's have a flame war below. Come on, give me absolute your worst why people should use growth regulators. Play devil's advocate with me. That's been Hydroponic Daily. Thank you.